Hey guys, this is Gundam Freedom, and today I'll be doing a review of the 1144 no grade Dragon Gundam. The kit itself comes molded in light green, white, red, and yellow, and some gray polycaps for the original joints. And for stickers, the eyes, the chin, or the whole face is a sticker because the whole head is red. And then the yellow chest vents, the red on the circular thing on the cockpit, and then I believe that's it for stickers for this guy. And then for details, I completely painted the green parts. It's supposed to be a lighter green, but I looked at the line art and it's supposed to be a darker green, just like the 1/100 scale version. So I decided to repaint all of the green parts into that dark green. And I also repainted the chest vents into yellow. And the core splend or the core lander, I painted the white parts. And then the red jewel on the center of the chest, I painted it metallic red. I also painted the eyes and the face and the camera lens on the head. The kneecaps I also painted red, and the sensors on the feet or the lower legs are also painted green, and then some gray details on the feet itself. I also modified the joints for this guy, so all of the joints for the whole kit are completely redone. So originally all the joints were polycaps, so I changed them into plastic joints from some scrap high grades. So now it has almost the same articulation as a high grade, but not that much. Because originally the kit itself doesn't come with any accessory, only the core lander, which is right here. It's all molded in that light green and white for the cockpit hatch. But I repainted the green part into a darker green, and the supposed to be white parts I repainted white. And I also painted the cockpit hatch here black, just like the Shining Gundam and the other kits from this line. So the only moving part is the cockpit, which moves up and down to attach it onto the back itself. And to attach the core lander, there's a slot on the back of the Dragon Gundam. Almost all of them have a slot to attach the core landers. So if you move the ponytail out of the way, you can just slide the core lander in, just like so, and it's attached securely enough so that it will not fall down. But my copy is a bit loose because it's an old kit. So that's the core lander. Then next up are the hands. It comes with, since I used the high grade hands from Gundam Wing, the high grade Gundam Wing line, it comes with three sets of hands now, which are the open palm hands. It comes with a pair of these, and also a pair of holding hands with a thumb sticking out and the ball joint at an angle, and a pair of normal holding hands. And then the last accessory, which is the only accessory that it uses in the anime, is the beam staff or the beam flag staff. It comes out from its core lander or its shoulder. So it's a white staff. I got it from a runner. I think it's a runner from the Shining Gundam. And then I removed all of the excess parts on the whole body of it. And then I trimmed out the ends to make it a little bit pointy. And then I also attached a clear yellow piece for the beam effect part for the flag. And to hold it, you can just slide it into the holding hand, just like so. It has a single ball joint for the neck, so the head can go up about that far, down that far, side to side that far, and if you move the ponytail up, it can move up that far. It can rotate all the way around. But originally, without modification, the ponytail cannot move that far. It can only move about that much originally. So if the core lander is attached, you cannot rotate the head very far, but since I modified it, it can now move past the core lander's sticks here, or the poles. For the arm, it's a polycap hinge or a polycap socket here on the body, which I changed from originally a peg going to the arm. So it now has a forward and back movement from that ball and socket joint, and then it can go up by itself that far, and with the arm joint it can go up about that far. And then there's a bicep swivel which can rotate all the way around, and a double jointed elbow which can bend about that far, which is originally a single ball joint or a single polycap joint, which can only bend about that far originally from that old joint. So I modified it, so that's why it can now move, bend on both joints here. And then for the dragon head, it can move up and down just like so, and the hand is on a typical ball joint which can rotate and wiggle around. As for the waist, so what I did is I extended the torso and detached it from the waist, because originally it's connected to the waist from the middle piece here up to the back skirt, as well as this, the side skirts are a bit connected to it. So to give it waist articulation, I decided to change the waist here into the Tolgi's waist, or Tolgi's chest, lower chest. So if you watch my work in progress for this guy, you will know the different modifications that I did to give it more articulation. So you can just watch that video to know more about the modifications. So now the chest can rotate all the way around without any hindrance from any of these skirt armors. For the waist area, the front skirts are separate because they are on old polycap ball joints, which can go up about that far. And then the side skirts are also on old polycap balls, so they can move out about that far. And then the back skirt is fixed post. It doesn't move. The hips, originally they were that old ball joint, but I modified it again. So if you want to know the modifications that I did, you can just watch the work in progress video. So it now is a peg joint like the other high grades, so it can move up about that far, although it's a bit loose, and then back about that far, and out. It can almost do the splits, although the back side skirts here tends to move, block the movement of the leg. And then there's a separate hip or lower upper leg joint here, which can rotate. Let me just remove the leg here first. And then for the knee, the original polycap knee can already bend a lot, even though it's an old no-grade kit. But I modified it so it can now bend much better, a little bit better, and the joints looks much better than the old polycap joint. And then the foot is on a normal ball joint, so it can go up and down about that far, and side to side, and rotate about that far on each side. Since I don't have the original no-grade Dragon Gundam to compare this guy, I will just post a picture of it to show you the difference between my version and that old kit. It looks very stubby, and the arms are short, and especially the chest. I don't know why they made the no-grade kits from the G Gundam line shorter in the chest area, so, and decided to attach the chest together with the waist, even though they gave it polycap joint here on the waist area. So yeah, and then here is the Dragon Gundam next to the Shining Gundam. So without modification, the Dragon Gundam is supposed to be shorter than the Shining Gundam, but since I modified it, it now has the same height as the Shining Gundam. overall, I really like how this kit turned out. The joints are moving fluidly, unlike the old no grades that I modified, and the proportions are correct because before it's very stubby. The chest is very short and attached onto the waist, and the legs are a bit limited in the waist area and the feet. The knees are okay from the old no grades, and the arms are also limited in terms of the bending on the elbows, and especially the head because the ponytail cannot move a lot upwards, so it tends to clash always from the core lander at the back. So you cannot turn the head on the side very far, unlike what I did now. So yeah. So in terms of build, it's good, even though it's an old kit. The colors, it's very questionable because in the line art it's supposed to be a darker green, just like the old 1 to 100 scale high grade version of it. But they decided to make it a lighter green on the 1/144 scale, so yeah, that's why I repainted all of the green parts. And then the problem with the waist is that it made it much more stubby than it's supposed to because of the connection of the waist area to the chest. So I think that's it for the problems with this kit. Although now that I modified it, all of those problems are gone because it can now move and pose just like a normal high grade. So that's really my target for this guy, is to give it more of a high grade movement, just like the other kits from this line, because I don't think that you can get Dragon Gundam soon enough, just like what they did from the Maxter and the Rose. And um, it will surely be a P Bandai kit, so it's very it might be expensive and hard to find if they release it. I wish that they just released they gave a normal release for all of the high grade G Gundam, just like what they did for the Shining and the God Gundam, as well as the Noble and the Master. So that's it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.